Unit 8. Part 1.
How did you meet your best friend?
My best friend Soo-young and I met when we were in middle school. She was sitting next to me on the first day. At first, we didn't talk much to each other because we were too shy. However, we got over it quickly after having lunch together and became close friends.
How often do you meet your friends?
There are 3 friends I meet regularly, and we see each other at least once a week. We've been doing this for several years now. Because we're such good friends, these meetings make me really happy.
What do you usually do when you meet your friends?
When a new movie comes out, we go to the theater together. However, when there aren't any, we usually go to a coffee shop and chat. Since we all are avid movie fans, we like to talk about actors and upcoming movies.
Do you prefer having lots of casual acquaintances or having a few close friends?
I'd rather have a few close friends than lots of casual acquaintances. That's because I can turn to my few close friends when I'm in need of help. Besides, it would be difficult for me to call casual acquaintances when I have a big favor to ask.
Do you usually get invited to visit your friend's house or do you invite your friends to your house?
I'm usually the one who invites them over to my place. I have a dog, and he gets lonely if he is left alone in my apartment. Therefore, I try not to leave home without him whenever possible. Besides, my friends adore him, so they love to come over and play with him.
Who do you think is more important to you, your family or your friends?
I would say that family comes before friends. While my friends are very dear to me, they are simply not as important as the people who raised me. After all, I've known my family since the moment I was born.
What do you usually do when you spend time with your family?
Whenever I visit my family, we go downtown to have dinner together. There is a big Chinese restaurant there, and we have regularly had family dinners there since I was a kid. Even though the food isn't all that great now, we still go because it brings back old memories.
Who do you resemble the most among your family members?
I think I resemble my mother the most. That's because a lot of people tell me that they see my mother's features in me. On the other hand, when I was young, my grandmother used to tell me that I looked just like my father. Part 2.
There are tons of leaders out there, but the one who inspired me the most was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was the founder and CEO of Apple. Under his watch, the company developed a successful personal computer, the Macintosh, as well as innovative devices like the iPhone and iPad. However, many people do not realize that he was also the CEO of Pixar, the famous animation studio. I first heard of Steve Jobs when the iPhone was introduced. After that, there were tons of articles saying he was one of the most innovative and influential people in the world. This made me curious about him, so I eventually read his biography. It was very inspiring. Steve Jobs was a very motivational leader. He never let a fear of change extinguish his desire for a technological revolution. In addition, he was great at convincing others to support his vision for new technology. He even won over people who didn't initially like his ideas. His attitude inspired me to have faith in myself and persist with my ideas.
Part 3. What are the qualities of a good leader?
There are several key qualities that all leaders should possess. First of all, good communication skills are vital. When you're in charge of other people, you must be able to provide them with clear instructions. And to do this successfully, The ability to communicate well is a must. Moreover, good leaders should be passionate about what they do. A leader's passion motivates other people as well. This makes them work harder to accomplish the objectives of their team.
What should schools do to help children improve their leadership skills?
I think schools should encourage students to participate in group activities. This would teach students how to cooperate and communicate. After all, these are very important skills for future leaders. Further assigning homework could also help students develop their leadership skills. When children get homework, they have to finish it by the assigned date. By doing so, they develop a sense of responsibility and the ability to manage their time. Both of them are important leadership skills.
Part 2.
Of all my friends, I think the most interesting is a girl named Mina. She always stands out in a crowd. She is not only extremely beautiful, but also very tall, around 180 centimeters. She always attracts attention, especially when she's with her twin sister. They look so much alike that no one can tell the difference between them. I first met Mina in college. We were both at the orientation session and realized that we had the same major. We ended up taking a lot of classes together over the years and became best friends. We still spend a lot of time together. We meet a couple times a week to go shopping, check out art exhibits, or just hang out. Sometimes we even take international trips. For instance, we went to Taiwan together last summer. As I mentioned, Mina is the best friend I've ever had. She always makes me feel happy and comfortable. Her kind heart makes me feel that she'll always be there if I need her. On top of that, she always makes me laugh. She has such a great sense of humor that I can't stop laughing when I'm with her.
Part 3.
Is friendship important?
I absolutely think that friendship is vital. For one, friends provide emotional support. We all go through difficult times in our lives, and having a friend to lean on provides a lot of comfort during these times. Moreover, friendship can boost self-esteem. We sometimes suffer from a lack of confidence and see ourselves in a negative light. When this happens, it's nice to have friends to remind you of what a great person you are.
Do you think people can become friends with their colleagues?
That really depends on the work environment and the kinds of coworkers you have. In certain circumstances, it is possible to develop a friendship with someone from work. This is because they are familiar with what you do and can understand the problems and challenges you might be experiencing. Therefore, they might be able to give you really helpful advice, which can lead to friendships.